This is a dilemma. All right, I think I've got you straightened out here. We're going on a little drive. Unless I lose my phone down onto the floor, because I will not be able to retrieve you. I have to make a short, about be gone about an hour. No, I'm leaving now. Setting up a live stream. You might check it out when you get back home. All right, so welcome. I am to move this chair differently. There we go. I don't know who can lay down and drive, but it is not me. So anyway, I have to go. It's only as a crow flies from us 10 miles. But since I'm not a crow, I will not be flying. I will be driving, and so it's a little different route. But it would be nice, because I'm assuming if I were a crow, then he'd be a crow too, and he could fly home, and I would not need to be driving. Where we live is about 10 miles, 7 miles west of Interstate 5. And as luck would have it, I have to just stop and get some gas. Again, on the spur of the moment, because I didn't know I was going anywhere today. So I was kind of like laying down asleep. I wasn't actually asleep when he called, but I certainly could have been asleep. He's lucky I was awake enough to say, yes, I hear my phone ringing. We've had a ton of rain the last couple days, which is important for the region. We're probably like a month away from fire season. I know it's only April. However, in this part of the world, it doesn't really matter that it's only April. They could still start getting outbreaks of fire in the next 30 days. And I just don't know if there's enough rain. I don't know if there's enough snow pack to give us less chance of a high fire season. So if you could see the hills straight ahead, off in the distance, his ranch is right up against the base of those set of hills. That's why I said, as a crow flies, while acknowledging none of us are crows. And I am needing some gas. And this is the closest gas station. Gotta open up the tank here. I can feel that. $10 unleaded, please. And there is chill. What is it a gallon right now? I'm curious.
What is it a gallon right now?
Yeah, just 473. Okay.
Here's that card back for you.
Thank you.
Receipt afterwards?
No.
Alrighty, I'll be back with you.
All right. $473. Pretty chilly. I can't see it right now because I have my phone turned so you could look outward rather than just at me. I thought that might be a better drive, at least for you. For those who just want to come and see what's going on Interstate 5 right outside of Eugene, Oregon. This is a little community in Eugene called Santa Clara. You know, I don't even know how Santa Clara was named. Don Juan, the Mexican restaurant right there, we love. I especially like their pico de gallo. And separately, the salsa that they put out for their chips that they bring everybody when they come in. Oddly, they don't have a green sauce to put out, just the red. But I'm not going to complain. I'm just saying. How was that, dear?
That's how much was on that card.
How much?
It only put $3, but it stopped it at $3 because that's how much it was.
Okay. All right.
Are you fine with that?
Yeah, I just have to go to Coburg and back.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Now that's odd. Odd. All right. A little. Ooh. Okay. Off we go. All kinds of places down this road. This connects straight into downtown Eugene, basically. If I were to just keep going straight, right now I'm about 5 miles from downtown Eugene. Santa Clara is considered North Eugene. Earlier today, it was pouring rain. So I have no idea what anybody might be saying. So if I'm not answering, my apologies and my explanation. And the road we're going to be merging onto is Beltline. Beltline runs off of I-5. Beltline runs east and west, connecting the very furthest western side of Eugene to Florence, to the coast. That would be the primary route one would take out of this area to go to the coast. About 60 minutes away. And if I stayed on this road, I would end up in Springfield rather than go to Beltline. To go to I-5. I'm on Beltline, headed east. At a solid 50 miles an hour. So I've been watching all of the things playing out in the war zone currently. And I'm just curious what any of you might do if the United States, for whatever reason, ended up in a military situation. Just curious. And if we ended up in a military situation with whether it be Russia, China, North Korea, whomever, Iran, it doesn't matter. For those of you, especially who you are full timers and you don't really have a location to go back to at this time, would you feel compelled to do something different other than be full time? I've wondered, had we went full time right off the bat, what would I want? What would Richard want right now if we were in the middle of this and things really went sideways? As far as rain, well, people gripe about it, including me sometimes. I've just, at some points just had enough. It is the rain that allows us to have the beauty that we have. And so I begrudgingly say, okay, I'm not going to whine, cry too much. I'm not going to whine and cry too much because it affords us the ability to live in an extremely beautiful part of the country. If you like trees and grass and shrubs and that kind of thing. Now, there are people, and I know there are many, many people whose choice it is to live in the desert that does not have these kind of trees or grass. Now, there are other beautiful things about the desert, and I did come to really like Quartzsite. I know, that's really weird coming from a Willamette Valley girl. Straight ahead down Beltline, about another half a mile is the regional hospital called Riverbend. Actually, it's called Sacred Heart at Riverbend. It's a Catholic-owned hospital. And our original Sacred Heart is downtown, but it's now called the University District. And they do have beds there. They do still have some places for patients to be, but it's not critical people. My father was there at the Sacred Heart at University District, excuse me. Sacred Heart at University District. My father was at a couple of times because while he was very sick, they weren't going to make him any better than what he was. And he had decided to have a post and a do not resuscitate order. So we all understood that. And a couple of times when he had pneumonia, he chose to go ahead and be at the University District, knowing that if something happened, they would not be doing life-saving procedures on him. But he got really good care there with his pneumonia, and it is made more for geriatric older patients. So they were, ready for his kind of special needs, I would call it. Because my dad, he was an excellent patient when in the hospital. However, he still needed good care. We still wanted him getting good care. That's all I can say. And it looks like ahead for anybody that says Bigfoot on it. And I'm not sure. It doesn't have any. I think this is a kind of travel trailer. It's small, and I looked at it when I was coming up on it. It doesn't have any seams like up on the roof. I think it comes together there in that middle area. So we're just about the 198 marker on I-5. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining. My name is Lucretia, and this is it originally was Burning Up the Roads, and it has solely to date been about travel. We've been able to take one major trip out, and we're going off right here in Covert, which is where my son is, off towards those hills there to the right. And we have since decided to add emergency preparedness as the other leg of the channel. I just want to welcome anybody who might have stumbled in here on short notice. We're making a right-hand turn, going about a half a mile up and turning left. See, there is a truck stop. Truck and Travel is right there for all the truckers and the travelers going up and down I-5. There's another gas station over here for truckers. Well, for anybody, actually. Excellent taco truck there, too. And Premier RV Resort, I believe it's actually called, oh, God. Well, anyways, you can camp there at the little place I just went by. So at the top of this hill to the left, I'll be turning onto a gravel road that belongs to the ranch. And it's about 1.5 miles long of gravel. And across the road here is a beautiful gated community of homes up on the hill. Well, going up onto the hill. They do live in a community. So, this could be a bumpy ride. I will try to avoid as many potholes as I can. On a nice day, this is a fantastic drive. This is 1.5 miles of gravel road that I actually enjoy. It's just beautiful. And I can see where I will be able to get some really nice blackberries this season. This road is filled with blackberry bushes. And actually, our RV, Betty Jean, is parked out here. My nephew and my son are going to have been doing some work on her. She's got her floor almost fully replaced. The paint is now here for them to paint the inside. I drove out here the other night in the dark, and I will tell you, it's another animal in the dark. Yeah, another animal in the dark. I would never want to walk down this road in the dark. We do have cougar and black bear, lots of them up here. Lots of deer, elk, deer and elk, black bear and cougar. I have not heard them talk about any turkeys. That would be kind of interesting if they have wild turkeys out here. The people who used to own 2,000 acres here, went up and over the ridge. And the man who currently owns it is the cousin of that original ranch family. And he bought it. He bought 2,000 acres, or he bought it all and then eventually sold some of it. But he is buying some of it back bit by bit. And will be hopefully helping the company that my son and his cousin have started. Well, it's my son's I apologize for the bumpiness and the sound quality. It's my son's company, and it is, I believe, Ziwahattan Ranching. I believe that's what it's called. I could be wrong. And he has all kinds of ideas. This used to be a working ranch where he actually, our son, was, when he was about 8 years old, he and my husband came for a horse ride up into the Coburg Hills. And see what I mean? It is just a very bumpy road. And ironically, here we are again. But he always loved that ride. So the owner of the property has bought 10, I believe, horses, because there was only one original horse left from that time. That would be 30 years ago. And she just recently, my nephew had to have her euthanasia. She was 30 years old. She was very sick and she had cancer. And so it was not right to leave her lingering the way she was. Actually, I have to retract what I just said. The doctor was supposed to be there at 2:30 to euthanize her, and another company was coming up to dig the hole to bury her. She laid down, I believe, that morning, and that afternoon she passed. But they were with her the whole time. She had people with her who love her. So straight ahead is the ranch. Part of this property out here is owned by the landowner. The time out here riding with Richard, his dad, it went clear back up and over the, and then it just fell in disrepair. And the wrong people were hired for owners that were off-site, out of state, and it just ended up having a lot of bad stuff happening. And now my nephew and my son are working to bring it back to its former glory. Things they'll be doing is they will have this road, because actually has destroyed shocks in this car. And I believe my nephew has my son waiting up at the gate. There's a couple gates to go through. No reason to, thank God I don't have to get out and open the dang gate. It's just beautiful up here. I love it. I do want to thank you for riding along. I said it was going to be a short live drive, and that's what it is a short live drive. We're driving live because I am live, alive. I hope you all are having a good start to your week. Happy Tuesday. And I will see you down the road. Bye.